Welcome back to Footnotes and Folly, and to Henry VI, Part 2. I am Pemberton. This is Part 2, and now the true engine of the tragedy is set turning. In the quiet of his own garden the Duke of York lays out, link by link, his hidden claim to the crown of England, and the powerful Nevilles, old Salisbury, and his son Warwick, are won to his cause. Meanwhile the proud Duchess Eleanor pays for her conjuring. She is sentenced to do open penance and then to banishment, and the drunken Armourer is killed in a strange trial by combat. Stripped of his wife's honour, good Duke Humphrey takes a heavy leave of her and is himself arrested on trumped-up charges. And at the Parliament summoned to bury St. Edmund's, the Queen, Suffolk, the Cardinal and York close around the Protector like wolves, resolve upon his death, and pack York off to govern Ireland where, left alone on the stage, York coolly reveals that he means to use an Irish army, and a brutal Kentish rabble-rouser named Cade, to clear his own road to the throne. Let us go on.
York, Salisbury, and Warwick enter in the Duke of York's garden in London. Now, my good lords of Salisbury and Warwick, our simple supper is finished. Let me here in this private walk satisfy my own mind by asking your judgment about my claim, which cannot fail, to the crown of England. My lord, I am eager to hear it fully. Would York begin, and if your claim is just, the Nevilles are your subjects to command. Then here it is. Edward III, my lords, had 7 sons. The first was Edward the Black Prince, Prince of Wales, the second William of Hatfield, the third Lionel, Duke of Clarence. After him came John of Gaunt, the Duke of Lancaster. The fifth was Edmund Langley, Duke of York. The sixth was Thomas of Woodstock, Duke of Gloucester. William of Windsor was the seventh and last. Edward the Black Prince died before his father and left behind him Richard, his only son. After Edward III died, Richard reigned as king, until Henry Bolingbroke, Duke of Lancaster, the eldest son and heir of John of Gaunt, was crowned under the name of Henry IV. He seized the realm, deposed the rightful king, sent Richard's poor queen back to France, where she had come from, and sent Richard himself to Pomfret, where, as you both know, harmless Richard was treacherously murdered. Father, the Duke has told the truth. That is how the house of Lancaster gained the crown. And now they hold it by force, not by right. For when Richard, the heir of the first son, was dead, the descendants of the next son should have reigned. But William of Hatfield died without an heir. The third son, the Duke of Clarence, from whose line I claim the crown, had a daughter, Philippa, who married Edmund Mortimer, Earl of March. Edmund had a son, Roger, Earl of March. Roger had 3 children, Edmund, Anne, and Eleanor. This Edmund, in the reign of Bolingbroke, as I have read, claimed the crown, and would have been king if not for Owen Glendower, who kept him prisoner until he died. But go on with the rest. His eldest sister, Anne, my mother, was heir to the crown. She married Richard, Earl of Cambridge, who was son to Edmund Langley, Edward III's 5th son. Through her I claim the kingdom. She was heir to Roger, Earl of March, who was the son of Edmund Mortimer, who married Philippa, the only daughter of Lionel, Duke of Clarence. So, if the descendants of the elder son inherit before the descendants of the younger, I am king. What clear argument could be clearer than this? Henry claims the crown from John of Gaunt, the 4th son. York claims it from the 3rd. Until Lionel's line fails, John's line should not reign. Lionel's line has not failed. It flourishes in you and in your sons, fair shoots from such a noble stock. Then, Father Salisbury, let us kneel together, and in this private place be the first to greet our rightful sovereign with the honour due to his birthright to the crown. Long live our sovereign Richard, England's king! I thank you, lords. But I am not your king until I am crowned, and until my sword is stained with the heart's blood of the house of Lancaster. That cannot be done quickly, but only with careful planning and quiet secrecy. Do as I do in these dangerous days. Close your eyes to the Duke of Suffolk's insolence, to Beaufort's pride, to Somerset's ambition, to Buckingham, and to the whole crew of them, until they have trapped the shepherd of the flock, that virtuous prince, the good Duke Humphrey. That is what they are trying to do, and in trying to do it they shall find their deaths, if York can prophesy. My lord, let us break off here. We understand your mind completely. My heart assures me that the Earl of Warwick shall one day make the Duke of York a king. And Neville, I assure myself of this, Richard shall live to make the Earl of Warwick the greatest man in England after the king. They exit. Trumpets sound. King Henry, Queen Margaret, Gloucester, York, Suffolk, and Salisbury enter, with the Duchess of Gloucester, Marjorie Jourdain, Southwell, Hume, and Bolingbroke under guard. Step forward, Dame Eleanor Cobham, Gloucester's wife. In the sight of God and of us, your guilt is great. Receive the sentence of the law for sins that, by God's book, are judged worthy of death. You 4 are to be taken back to prison, and from there to the place of execution. The witch shall be burned to ashes in Smithfield, and you 3 shall be strangled on the gallows. You, madam, because you are more nobly born, shall be stripped of your honour while you live. After 3 days of public penance, you shall live banished from this country, with Sir John Stanley in the Isle of Man. Banishment is welcome. Death would be welcome too. Eleanor, you see that the law has judged you. I cannot defend anyone whom the law condemns. The Duchess and the other prisoners exit under guard. My eyes are full of tears, and my heart is full of grief. Ah, Humphrey, this dishonor in your old age will bring your head down to the grave in sorrow. I beg your majesty, give me permission to go. Sorrow needs comfort, and old age needs rest. Stay, Humphrey, Duke of Gloucester. Before you go, give up your staff of office. Henry will be protector to himself, and God shall be my hope, my support, my guide, and the light for my path. Go in peace, Humphrey, no less loved than when you were protector to your king. I see no reason why a king who is grown should be protected like a child. God and King Henry govern England's realm. Give up your staff, sir, and give the king his kingdom. My staff? Here, noble Henry, is my staff. I give it up as willingly as your father Henry ever gave it to me, and I lay it at your feet as willingly as others would greedily take it. Farewell, good king. When I am dead and gone, may honorable peace attend your throne. Gloucester exits. Why, now Henry is king and Margaret is queen, and Humphrey, Duke of Gloucester, is hardly himself, bearing so sharp a wound. 2 blows at once, his lady banished, and a limb cut off. This staff of honor has been reached for. Let it stand where it best belongs, in Henry's hand. So this lofty pine droops and lets its branches hang, so Eleanor's pride dies while still in its youngest days. Lords, let him go. If it please your majesty, this is the day appointed for the combat, and the accuser and the defendant, the armourer and his man, are ready to enter the lists, if your highness is pleased to watch the fight. Yes, good my lord, for that is exactly why I left the court, to see this quarrel tried. In God's name, see that the lists and everything else are ready. Let them settle it here, and may God defend the right. I never saw a man in a worse state, or more afraid to fight, than the accuser is, the armourer's servant, my lords. Horner the armourer enters at one door with his neighbours, who have been giving him so much to drink that he is drunk. A drum goes before him, and he carries a staff with a sandbag fastened to it. At the other door Peter, his man, enters with a drum and sandbag, and Prentice is drinking to him. Here, neighbour Horner, I drink to you with a cup of sack. Do not be afraid, neighbour, you will do well enough. And here, neighbour, here is a cup of charnico. And here is a pot of good strong beer, neighbour. Drink, and do not fear your man. Let it come, faith, and I will pledge you all, and I do not care a fig for Peter. Here, Peter, I drink to you, and do not be afraid. Be cheerful, Peter, and do not fear your master. Fight for the honour of the apprentices. I thank you all. Drink and pray for me, I beg you, for I think I have taken my last drink in this world. Here, Robin, if I die, I give you my apron, and Will, you shall have my hammer, and here, Tom, take all the money I have. O Lord, bless me. I pray to God, because I am never able to stand against my master. He has already learned so much swordplay. Come, stop your drinking and start fighting. Fellow, what is your name? Peter, sir. Peter? What more? Thump. Thump. Then make sure you thump your master well. Masters, I have come here, as it were, because my man has accused me, to prove him a villain and myself an honest man. As for the Duke of York, I will swear on my death that I never meant him any harm, nor the king, nor the queen. Therefore, Peter, here is a straight blow for you. Get on with it. This villain's tongue is starting to twist. Sound trumpets. Give the signal for the combatants. They fight, and Peter strikes Horner down. Stop, Peter, stop. I confess treason. Horner dies. Take away his weapon. Fellow, thank God, and thank the good wine that got in your master's way. O God, have I overcome my enemies here in this presence? O Peter, you have won because you were right. Go, take that traitor away from our sight, for by his death we recognize his guilt. And God, in justice, has revealed to us the truth and innocence of this poor fellow, whom Horner meant to murder wrongfully. Come, fellow, follow us for your reward. A flourish sounds. They all exit. Gloucester enters with his servingmen, who wear mourning cloaks. So even the brightest day is sometimes covered by a cloud, and after summer always comes barren winter, with its angry, biting cold. In the same way, cares and joys come and go as the seasons pass. Sirs, what time is it? 10, my lord. 10 is the hour appointed for me to watch the arrival of my punished duchess. She will hardly be able to endure the stony streets, walking on them with her tender feet. Sweet Nell, your noble mind can barely bear the low crowd staring at your face with spiteful looks, laughing at your shame. Those same people once followed the wheels of your proud chariot when you rode in triumph through the streets. But wait! I think she is coming, and I will prepare my tear-stained eyes to see her misery. The Duchess of Gloucester enters in a white sheet, carrying a burning taper in her hand, with Sir John Stanley, the sheriff, and officers. If it please your grace, we will take her from the sheriff. No. Do not move as you value your lives. Let her pass by. Have you come, my lord, to see my public shame? Now you are doing penance too. Look how they stare. See how the foolish crowd points, nods its heads, and fixes its eyes on you. Ah, Gloucester, hide yourself from their hateful looks, and shut yourself up in your private room to grieve over my shame and curse your enemies, both mine and yours. Be patient, gentle Nell. Forget this grief. Ah, Gloucester, teach me to forget myself. For while I remember that I am your married wife, and that you are a prince and protector of this land, it seems to me I should not be led along like this, wrapped up in shame, with papers on my back, followed by a mob that rejoices to see my tears and hear my deep groans. The merciless stones cut my tender feet, and when I flinch, the spiteful people laugh and tell me to watch how I step. Ah, Humphrey, can I bear this shameful burden? Do you think I will ever look upon the world again, or think anyone happy who enjoys the sun? No. Darkness shall be my light, and night my day. Remembering my former greatness will be my hell. Sometimes I will say, I am Duke Humphrey's wife, and he is a prince and ruler of the land. Yet he ruled so, and was such a prince, that he stood by while I, his abandoned duchess, was made a spectacle and a target for every idle rascal to point at. But be gentle, and do not blush at my shame. Do not stir at anything until the axe of death hangs over you, as surely it soon will. For Suffolk, who can do everything with the woman who hates you and hates us all, and York and wicked Beaufort, that false priest, have all set sticky traps to catch your wings. Fly, however, you can, they will entangle you. But do not be afraid until your foot is caught, and never try to guard yourself against your enemies. Ah, no, stop. You are aiming far from the mark. I must commit an offense before I can be condemned, and if I had 20 times as many enemies, and each of them had 20 times their power, they could do me no harm as long as I remain loyal, true, and guiltless. Would you have me rescue you from this disgrace? Your scandal would still not be wiped away, and I would be in danger for breaking the law. Your greatest help is quiet, gentle Nell. I beg you, set your heart toward patience. The wonder of these few days will soon wear out. A herald enters. I summon your grace to His Majesty's Parliament, to be held at Bury on the 1st day of next month. And my consent was never asked beforehand? This is secret dealing. Well, I will be there. The herald exits. My Nell, I take my leave. And Master Sheriff, do not let her penance go beyond the King's commission. If it please your grace, my commission ends here, and Sir John Stanley is now appointed to take her with him to the Isle of Man. Must you, Sir John, take charge of my lady here? That is the charge given to me, if it please your grace. Do not treat her worse because I ask you to treat her well. The world may laugh again, and I may live to do you kindness if you do it for her. And so, Sir John, farewell. What, are you gone, my lord, and will you not bid me farewell? Let my tears bear witness. I cannot stay to speak. Gloucester and his servingmen exit. Are you gone too? May all comfort go with you, for none remains with me. My joy is death, death whose very name I have often feared, because I wish this world would last forever. Stanley, I beg you, go and take me away. I do not care where, for I ask no favor. Only carry me where you have been commanded. Why, madam, that is to the Isle of Man, where you will be treated according to your rank. That is bad enough, for I am nothing but disgrace. Shall I then be treated disgracefully? Like a duchess and Duke Humphrey's lady. According to that rank you shall be treated. Sheriff, farewell, and may you fare better than I do, although you have been the guide of my shame. It is my office, madam, and I ask your pardon. Yes, yes, farewell. Your office is discharged. Come, Stanley, shall we go? Madam, your penance is done. Throw off the sheet and let us go dress you for our journey. My shame will not be changed by changing my sheet. No, it will hang on my richest robes and show itself however I dress. Go, lead the way. I long to see my prison. They exit. Formal flourish sounds. The King, the Queen, Cardinal Beaufort, Suffolk, York, Buckingham, Salisbury, and Warwick enter for Parliament. I wonder that my Lord of Gloucester has not come. It is not his habit to be the last man here, whatever business may be keeping him from us now. Can you not see, or will you not notice, the strange change in his face and manner? See how grandly he carries himself, how insolent he has lately become, how proud, how absolute, and how unlike himself. We remember when he was gentle and approachable. If we so much as glanced toward him from a distance, he was immediately on his knee, so that the whole court admired his obedience. But meet him now, even in the morning when everyone gives a civil greeting, and he frowns, shows an angry eye, and passes by with a stiff, unbending knee, scorning the duty he owes us. Little dogs are ignored when they snarl, but great men tremble when the lion roars, and Humphrey is no small man in England. First consider that he is close to you in blood, and if you should fall, he is the next to rise. It seems to me, then, no wise policy, considering the rancorous mind he carries, and the advantage he would gain by your death, that he should come near your royal person, or be admitted to your highness' council. By flattery he has won the hearts of the commons, and when he chooses to stir up rebellion, it is to be feared they will all follow him. Now it is spring, and weeds have shallow roots. Let them grow now, and they will overrun the garden and choke the useful herbs for lack of tending. The reverent care I bear my lord made me gather these dangers in the Duke. If this is foolish, call it a woman's fear, and if better reasons can overcome that fear, I will yield and say I wronged the Duke. My Lord of Suffolk, Buckingham, and York, disprove my accusation if you can. Otherwise, admit that my words have force. Your Highness has seen this Duke clearly, and if I had been asked to speak first, I think I would have told your Grace the same story. The Duchess, on my life, began her devilish practices through his encouragement, or if he did not know of her faults, still, by boasting of his high descent as the next heir after the king, and by vaunting his nobility, he drove the mad, diseased mind of the Duchess to use wicked means to plan our sovereign's fall. Smooth runs the water where the brook is deep, and under his plain appearance he harbours treason. The fox does not bark when he means to steal the lamb. No, no, my sovereign, Gloucester is a man not yet sounded, and full of deep deceit. Did he not, against the form of law, devise strange deaths for small offences? And did he not, while he was protector, raise great sums of money throughout the realm for the soldiers' pay in France, and never send it? Because of that, the towns revolted day by day. Tush, these are petty faults compared with unknown faults, which time will bring to light and smooth Duke Humphrey. My lords, all at once, the care you take for us, to mow down thorns that might hurt our foot, deserves praise. But if I may speak my conscience, our kinsman Gloucester is as innocent of intending treason against our royal person as a sucking lamb or harmless dove. The Duke is virtuous, mild, and too well disposed to dream of evil or work my downfall. Ah, what is more dangerous than this foolish trust? Does he seem a dove? His feathers are only borrowed, for his nature is that of the hateful raven. Is he a lamb? His skin is surely only led to him, for he is inclined like ravenous wolves. Who cannot steal a sheep when he means deceit? Take heed, my lord, the welfare of us all depends on cutting short that fraudulent man. Somerset enters. All health to my gracious sovereign. Welcome, Lord Somerset. What news from France? All your possession and interest in those territories has been utterly taken from you, all is lost. Cold news, Lord Somerset, but God's will be done. Aside. Cold news for me, for I had hope of France as firmly as I hope for fertile England. So my blossoms are blasted in the bud, and caterpillars eat my leaves away. But I will remedy this business before long, or sell my title for a glorious grave. Gloucester enters. All happiness to my lord the king. Pardon me, my liege, for staying away so long. No, Gloucester, know that you have come too soon, unless you were more loyal than you are. I arrest you here for high treason. Well, Suffolk, you will not see me blush, nor see my face change because of this arrest. An unstained heart is not easily frightened. The purest spring is not so free of mud as I am clear of treason against my sovereign. Who can accuse me? In what am I guilty? It is thought, my lord, that you took bribes from France, and that, while you were protector, you held back the soldiers' pay, by which means his highness has lost France. Is it only thought so? Who are the ones who think it? I never robbed the soldiers of their pay, nor ever took 1 penny as a bribe from France. So help me God, I have watched through the night, yes, night after night, studying what was good for England. Let any small coin I ever wrung from the king, or any groat I hoarded for my own use, be brought against me on the day of my trial. No, many pounds from my own private store, because I would not tax the needy commons, I have paid out to the garrisons, and never asked to be repaid. It serves you well, my lord, to say so much. I say no more than the truth, so help me God. During your protectorship you devised strange tortures for offenders, such as had never been heard of, so that England was disgraced by tyranny. Why, it is well known that while I was protector, pity was the only fault in me. I would melt at an offender's tears, and humble words were ransom enough for their fault. Unless the offender was a bloody murderer, or a foul, felonious thief who stripped poor travellers, I never gave them their deserved punishment. Murder, indeed, that bloody sin, I punished more sharply than theft or any other trespass. My lord, these faults are light and quickly answered. But greater crimes are laid to your charge, from which you cannot easily clear yourself. I arrest you in his highness' name, and here commit you to my lord cardinal to keep until the further time of your trial. My lord of Gloucester, it is my special hope that you will clear yourself of all suspicion. My conscience tells me you are innocent. Ah, gracious lord, these are dangerous days. Virtue is choked by foul ambition, and charity is driven away by rancor's hand. Foul bribery and false plotting rule, and justice is exiled from your highness' land. I know their conspiracies to have my life, and if my death could make this island happy and put an end to their tyranny, I would give it willingly. But my death is made only the prologue to their play, for thousands more, who as yet suspect no danger, will finish their plotted tragedy. Beaufort's red, sparkling eyes betray his heart's malice, and Suffolk's cloudy brow shows his stormy hate. Sharp Buckingham pours out with his tongue the envious burden that lies upon his heart. And stubborn York, who reaches for the moon, whose overreaching arm I have pulled back, aims at my life with false accusation. And you, my sovereign lady, with the rest, have laid disgraces on my head without cause, and with your best efforts have stirred up my dearest liege to be my enemy. Yes, all of you have put your heads together. I had notice of your secret meetings, all to make away with my guiltless life. I shall not lack false witnesses to condemn me, nor a store of treasons to increase my guilt. The old proverb will be made true, a staff is quickly found to beat a dog. My liege, his railing is intolerable. If those who care to keep your royal person safe from treason's secret knife and a traitor's rage are so reproached, scolded, and abused, while the offender is given freedom to speak, it will cool their zeal toward your grace. Has he not taunted our sovereign lady here with shameful words, though carefully phrased, as if she had bribed or instructed people to swear false accusations in order to overthrow his state? But I can allow the loser leave to scold. Truer than you intended. Yes, I do lose. Curse the winners, because they played me false. And surely losers like me may be allowed to speak. He will twist the meaning, and keep us here all day. Lord Cardinal, he is your prisoner. Sirs, take the Duke away and guard him securely. Ah, so King Henry throws away his crutch before his legs are strong enough to support his body. So the shepherd is driven from your side, and the wolves are snarling over which of them shall tear you first. Ah, I wish my fear were false. Ah, I wish it were. For good King Henry, I fear your ruin. Gloucester exits under guard. My lords, do whatever seems best to your wisdoms, or undo whatever should be undone, just as if I myself were here. What, will your highness leave the Parliament? Yes, Margaret. My heart is drowned in grief, and its flood begins to rise into my eyes. My whole body is surrounded by misery, for what is more miserable than a troubled, unhappy heart? Ah, Uncle Humphrey, in your face I see the very map of honor, truth, and loyalty. And yet, good Humphrey, the hour has never come when I found you false or doubted your faith. What dark, lowering star now envies your condition, that these great lords and Margaret our queen seek to overthrow your harmless life? You never wronged them, nor wronged any man. And as the butcher takes away the calf, and binds the poor creature and beats it when it struggles, carrying it to the bloody slaughterhouse, just as mercilessly have they carried him away. And as the mother cow runs lowing up and down, looking toward the path her harmless young one took, and can do nothing but mourn the loss of her darling, so I myself mourn good Gloucester's case with sad, useless tears. With dimmed eyes I look after him, and cannot help him, because his sworn enemies are so powerful. I will weep for his fortunes, and between each groan I will say, who is a traitor? Gloucester is none. All exit except Queen Margaret, Cardinal Beaufort, Suffolk, and York. Somerset remains apart. 3 lords, cold snow melts under the sun's hot beams. Henry my lord is cold in great affairs, too full of foolish pity, and Gloucester's outward show deceives him, just as the sorrowful crocodile traps compassionate travellers with a display of grief, or as a snake, coiled in a flowering bank, with its shining patterned skin, stings a child who thinks it wonderful because it looks beautiful. Believe me, lords, even if no one were wiser than I am, and in this matter I judge my own wit good, this Gloucester should quickly be removed from the world, so that we may be freed from the fear we have of him. That he should die is sound policy, but we still need a pretext for his death. It is proper that he be condemned by the course of law. But in my opinion that would be no policy at all. The king will still work to save his life, the common people may rise to save his life, and yet we have only a slight argument, no more than suspicion, to show that he deserves death. So by this you would not have him die. Ah, York, no man alive wants it as eagerly as I do. It is York who has more reason to want his death. But my Lord Cardinal, and you my Lord of Suffolk, say what you think, and speak from your souls. Would it not be the same thing to set a starving eagle to guard a chicken from a hungry kite, as to place Duke Humphrey as protector for the king? Then the poor chicken would be certain to die. Madam, it is true. And would it not be madness, then, to make the fox overseer of the sheepfold, when being accused as a crafty murderer, his guilt would be casually passed over simply because his purpose had not yet been carried out? No. Let him die because he is a fox, proved by nature to be an enemy to the flock, before his jaws are stained with crimson blood, just as Humphrey, by reason, is proved an enemy to my liege. Do not stand on fine points about how to kill him. Whether it is by traps, by snares, by subtlety, sleeping or waking, it does not matter how, so long as he is dead, for that is good deceit which first defeats the man who first intends deceit. Thrice, noble Suffolk, that is spoken resolutely. Not resolutely unless the thing is done, for things are often spoken and seldom meant. But because my heart agrees with my tongue, since the deed is worthy and would preserve my sovereign from his enemy, only say the word, and I will be his priest. But I would have him dead, my lord of Suffolk, before you could be properly ordained as a priest. Say that you consent and judge the deed rightly, and I will provide his executioner. I care so much for the safety of my liege. Here is my hand. The deed is worth doing. And so say I. And I. And now that we 3 have spoken it, it matters little who argues against our judgment. A post enters. Great lords, I have come in haste from Ireland to report that rebels have risen there and are putting Englishmen to the sword. Send help, lords, and stop the rage in time before the wound grows incurable, for while it is fresh, there is great hope of healing it. A breach that calls for a quick and effective repair. What counsel do you give in this serious matter? That Somerset be sent there as regent. It is fitting that such a lucky governor be employed, witness the fortune he had in France. If York, with all his far-fetched policy, had been the regent there instead of me, he would never have stayed in France so long. No, not long enough to lose it all, as you have done. I would rather have lost my life early than bring home such a burden of dishonor by staying there so long that everything was lost. Show me one scar written on your skin. Men's bodies kept so whole as yours seldom win. No more then. This spark will become a raging fire if wind and fuel are brought to feed it. No more, good York. Sweet Somerset, be quiet. Your fortune, York, if you had been regent there, might perhaps have proved far worse than his. What worse than nothing? Then shame take all. And among them, you who wish shame on others. My lord of York, try what your fortune is. The uncivil kerns of Ireland are in arms, and they temper clay with the blood of Englishmen. Will you lead a band of men to Ireland chosen carefully, some from each county, and test your luck against the Irishmen? I will, my lord, if it pleases his majesty. Why, our authority is his consent, and whatever we establish he confirms. Then, noble York, take this task in hand. I am content. Provide me soldiers, lords, while I put my own affairs in order. That is a duty, Lord York, which I will see performed. But now let us return to the false Duke Humphrey. No more of him, for I will deal with him so that from now on he shall trouble us no more. And so let us break off, the day is almost spent. Lord Suffolk, you and I must talk about that matter. My lord of Suffolk, within 14 days I expect my soldiers at Bristol, for there I will ship them all to Ireland. I will see it faithfully done, my lord of York. All exit except York. Now, York, it is now or never. Harden your frightened thoughts, and turn doubt into resolution. Be what you hope to be, or else give up what you are to death. Without that, life is not worth enjoying. Let pale-faced fear stay with low-born men, and find no shelter in a royal heart. Thoughts come faster than spring showers, and every thought turns toward honor and rank. My brain, busier than a working spider, weaves patient traps to catch my enemies. Well, nobles, well, this is cleverly done, sending me away with an army of men. I fear you are only warming a starving snake, which, once kept close in your bosoms, will sting your hearts. It was men I lacked, and now you will give them to me. I accept it gladly, but be very sure of this. You are putting sharp weapons into a madman's hands. While I raise a mighty force in Ireland, I will stir up such a dark storm in England that it will blow 10,000 souls to heaven or hell. And this fierce tempest will not stop raging until the golden circle on my head, like the clear beams of the glorious sun, calms the fury of this mad-born wind. And to carry out my purpose, I have won over a headstrong Kentishman, John Cade of Ashford, to start a rebellion, which he is very able to do, under the name of John Mortimer. In Ireland I have seen the stubborn Cade stand against a troop of kerns and fight so long that his thighs, stuck with darts, looked almost like a sharp, quilled porpentine. And when he was finally rescued, I saw him leap upright like a wild Morisco, shaking the bloody darts as if they were his bells. Many times, dressed like a shag-haired, cunning kern, he has dealt with the enemy, then returned to me undiscovered and reported their villainies. This devil will serve as my substitute, because John Mortimer, who is now dead, resembled him in face and walk, and in speech. By this I will learn the minds of the common people, and how they feel about the house and claim of York. Suppose he is captured, racked, and tortured, I know no pain they can inflict on him that will make him say I urged him to take up those arms. Suppose he succeeds, as it is very likely he will, then I will come from Ireland with my strength and reap the harvest that rogue has sown. For once Humphrey is dead, as he shall be, and Henry is set aside, the next place is mine. York exits.
And there we pause, with every honest restraint stripped away. York has shown us his heart at last, a patient, ruthless hunger for the crown, ready to drown England in commons blood to get it. The good Duke Humphrey is under arrest, his ruin agreed upon behind closed doors, and the men who should defend the king are the very ones plotting murder in his name. The Protector's hour has come. Next time, in Part 3's A Murder Discovered, our favourite banished, a guilty cardinal's terrible death, and a rebel's head lifted over Blackheath. Mind the footnotes, and beware the folly.